Okay, so ang ganda ng ano, no? Ang ganda ng tagline natin kanina, no? So IT now is at the forefront of everything, no? So especially sa mga businesses, no? So because businesses are starting to realize that the most valuable asset that they have, especially now, no? So sa pandemic natin, is yung data. So with data, it's not only how you use it, but also how you make it readily available to you. So when you say readily available, where will you get it once, knock on wood, no, something fails or something goes down, right? So Commvault offers our solutions for intelligent data protection, no? And like what I said, everything is changing in the new normal. So what are the businesses? So what are our customers prioritizing? So number one, of course, they realize that they have to be prepared, you know, for the unexpected. So disaster recovery, preparedness. Everybody now is also working remotely, almost everyone. And once you do that, no, so once we are working outside of our networks, the threats are there, the cyber threats are there. So primarily ransomware. So they have to be ready for any internal and external attacks, right? And they have to transform. They realize that they have to transform faster now. So hindi na pwede yung everything is on premise, right? So everything is moving so fast, no? So they are considering either on-prem, all on-prem, a hybrid setup, or even a full cloud transformation. So that's why lumalaki yung cloud adoption natin, no, locally. And SaaS applications are also gaining traction, no? So expanding yung customer footprint, most especially yung Microsoft Office 365, no? So for collaboration and your office work, no? So the documents, spreadsheets, meetings, right, and so on and so forth. So where does Commvault come in? Right? So that said, our customer environments are distributed across multiple locations, deploying multiple applications, on-premise, cloud, no? And there is also yung mix and match of operating systems and applications that they have to deal with. So not only yung mga databases, but also yung mga SaaS, yung mga Office 365, newer applications. DevOps, also they are also gaining traction nowadays, right? Now, with that said, no, so Commvault Backup and Recovery ensures yung data availability. So everything is protected, you know? So this gives our customers the solutions to protect and recover their data. No, so that includes not only yung mga traditional applications, but also yung mga virtual machines, cloud native applications across on-premise and cloud locations as well. No? And the simple dashboard-driven interface, we call it the command center, simplifies the management through policy-based operations and streamlined procedures. No, so automation is very key right now, especially kung wala yung mga administrators natin on site. So they should have a means of automating everything, no? So from data ingestion, data protection, data recovery, and data deletion, no? So sa life cycle management. And that said, no, we do support different targets, right? So we still support physical, we support virtual targets, cloud, our own scale-out appliance we call HyperScaleX. And of course, hindi pa wala dyan yung tape at saka yung cloud storage. No, especially if your customers want to do some data isolation and air gapping to protect them from ransomware and external attacks. So they should have something or somewhere that they can retrieve their data from na hindi infected by any threat or any risk. Okay? And to complement the backup and recovery solution, we introduce yung disaster recovery. No, so when we say disaster recovery, this gives naman yung automated orchestration of DR. And it gives customers a means of verifying the recoverability of their applications and their data. Right? Covering, of course, across all virtual machines, databases, and different applications as well. Okay. So like what I mentioned, the command center, right, is our unified management solution that comes with any solution that customers get from Commvault. So basically, lahat ng policy-driven or backup policies or data protection policies are configured here. Your disaster recovery orchestration, right? Job monitorings, events, alerts, reporting, all happens within the command center. And the good thing about command center is that even though you have two separate solutions, no? So like you have your backup and recovery and you have your disaster recovery. And in the future, say for example, your customers want to take advantage also of our different analytic solution like yung Commvault Activate na portfolio natin, no? So they do not need to have a separate console or a separate tool to manage all of those different applications. So everything can be managed and monitored using the command center. Or in the case of your customers having on-premise data and they want to protect it using the cloud, right? So command center gives them the ability to migrate, right? To build policies to migrate data from on-premise packets sa cloud and vice versa. Okay, so everything, all of the activities that are related with Commvault, even yung mga virtual machine conversions, so everything can be done using command center. You don't need to layer, don't need to add an additional layer for management to your customers. And we do offer our solutions using flexible delivery models like, of course, yung traditional na software only, and on-premise where the customer owns and manages yung solution. We can operate as an integrated appliance, so everything is within a single SKU or a single appliance. We call it the Hyperscale X solution. We can have it as partner managed, no? So you can your partners can own the software and the hardware, and you just pay for subscription. And even ultimately, we can also offer Commvault package as a service. No? So, but unfortunately, it's still not yet offered here in the Philippines. But we are looking into a third quarter or fourth quarter launch, no, for Metallic here in the Philippines also. Okay, so let's go first to backup and recovery. So this is the pretty much the basic solution, or the basic solution that Commvault is known for, Commvault backup and recovery. So in terms of this solution, we do backup and recovery for virtual machines, containers, applications, databases, even endpoints, files, and even SaaS applications. So yung mga Salesforce natin, Office 365, we offer protection for those cloud-based applications. Okay. Commvault Backup and Recovery also supports migration of workloads from on-premise to the cloud, right? Or even between multiple clouds. And the good thing about Commvault is we do not need to have a connector, no, between the on-premise solution and to the cloud. So everything is done native. We have native integration to the different public cloud providers like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, even Oracle Cloud, and Alibaba Cloud. No? Commvault Backup and Recovery also has the capability to leverage on hardware snapshots, no, for near instant recovery of entire data volume. So mas mabilis, no? So instead of our customers restoring entire volumes from backup, so we can make use of those snapshots, no, to backup and recover. So mas mabilis, no, yung ating data protection mechanism. We do utilize the clouds for production workloads, no? So we can back up to the cloud, and we can put infrastructure, their backup infrastructure in the cloud, as well as excellent storage integration, where we retain copies of data, no, through snapshots and clones in one or multiple locations. No? So that includes yung cloud-based storage. So in terms of protection and recovery of virtual machines, we do support agentless data protection. No? So we do not need to install an agent kung 200 virtual machines yan. No? So we do not need to include or we install 200 agents, no? So for each virtual machine. So we support agentless data protection, and we also protect virtual machines that are hosted inside public clouds. No? So AWS, Azure, Google. So kung dyan tumatakbo yung virtual machine infrastructure ni customer, we can also protect that. No? So we can also do backup and restore that, and disaster recovery also. In terms of granularity, so we can restore anywhere from full virtual machines down to guest files to individual folders. We can restore to on-premise or to a cloud platform. No? So kung halimbawa, yung host ng customer, yung hypervisor niya runs on their on-premise data center and they want to restore, or say for example, their DR is in the cloud, so we can restore their backup from on-premise packet dun sa cloud. We have mechanisms, or we have tools that lets them power on virtual machines while the restore is ongoing. So kung kailangan ni customer na mas mabilis or na faster na RPO and RTO, we can do so by powering on the VM straight from the backup, no? So without waiting for the full restore. Okay, we can also run virtual machines directly from backup, no? So for temporary access, maybe for verification of recoverability, no? So kung gusto lang nilang mag-test, no, kung valid ba yung backup natin, no, kung na-preserve yung data integrity ng ating backup for them to restore fully, so we can help them do that as well. And we can do also we can perform VM conversion, virtual machine conversion through cross hypervisor restore. So for example, you have a backup na VMware virtual machine. No? So ang hypervisor niya is VMware. We can restore that virtual machine to a Hyper-V infrastructure. No? So we just need to identify the restore points and the restoration destination. No, so we do support converting VMware to Hyper-V, Nutanix, Acropolis virtual machines, Google Cloud, no, and OpenStack as well. And there's also some other than VMware, we do support other conversions, no. So like Hyper-V to Nutanix to Azure, Oracle virtual machines to Azure HyperStack as well, no. Okay, so to give you an idea, I'm just going to show you some demos, no, during the course of the presentation to make you appreciate, no, yung capabilities ni Commvault. So the first demo that I'll show you is how to restore a virtual machine, no, so from backup. Wait, I just need to share again kasi I don't think na-share ko yung audio. Wait lang. Okay. Can you hear
Using the
yung
Commvault
audio?
Command Center, you can quickly recover full virtual machines, virtual machine files, or files within a virtual machine, all from an easy-to-use interface. In this quick demonstration, we'll show you how to perform a full virtual machine recovery. From the Commvault Command Center, choose Solutions, then Virtualization. Here you are presented with a list of the configured hypervisors. In this example, we're going to recover a VMware virtual machine. Click on the Actions button next to VMware vCenter and select Restore. You will then see all of your recovery options, including the ability to recover guest files, virtual machine files, and VMDKs, which you can attach to an existing virtual machine or perform a full virtual machine recovery. We will be selecting the full virtual machine option. From the next screen, you will see a list of the virtual machines available for recovery. Simply select the appropriate virtual machine or machines and click on Restore. You have some restore options, such as whether this is an in-place restore or what access node will perform the recovery. We will be using the Media Agent access node and performing an out-of-place restore. Because this is an out-of-place restore, we will need to choose the name for the to-be-restored virtual machine. After inputting the name, we'll then select Next. The following screen has some additional restore options, but we're going to leave the default settings and submit the restore job. Once the restore is submitted, you can quickly view the progress by clicking on View Jobs. You can also see any events that are associated with the job in the Events section. Here's one now. It looks like the job completed successfully and our virtual machine is recovered. And that's it! The Commvault Command Center lets you easily recover your virtual machines in just a few simple steps. Thanks for watching!
Okay, so kung nakita niyo doon sa demo, you can see from the demo, it's very easy, no, to protect and recover yung virtual machines. No? So, and it's very granular. Like what I mentioned, we support granular restoration and restoration from in place to out of place. So, ganun ka-versatile yung ating virtual machine protection with Commvault. Kaya, hindi lang pinakita also na we support also yung restoration to the cloud. No? So, aside from virtual machines, so one of the more important applications that we do support protection is yung databases and different applications. So, with Commvault Backup and Recovery, we support a vast majority of databases. No? So, not only mga traditional databases like your Oracles, DB2 SQL Server, but also yung mga big data databases natin. No? So yung mga non-traditional databases like MySQL, Postgre, no? So yung mga MariaDB. Yan. And depende dun sa database. No? So we have different functionalities that can help your customers protect and recover their files. No? So we support full, differential, and incremental backups. We can integrate with native DB backup tools like, for example, yung sa backend ni SAP HANA and yung Arman. No? So we can adopt yung Arman scripts and we can make them part of the backup workflow. Okay? Even mga existing na Arman scripts, we can make them part of the workflow already. Okay? So no need for new scripts, no, for Arman. We can go as granular as tablespace in terms of recovery and point-in-time restorations. No, another thing that's going to be beneficial also for your customers is yung database snapshots and cloning. So, ano yung importance niyan? The importance of database snapshots and cloning is yung if they want to test nga yung recoverability and yung consistency ng database. No, so they can do snapshots and clones and mount them to a different instance or a different server, different host. No. So mas mabilis, no? So they don't need to do a full restoration on another host just to test yung data consistency. We can also do database archiving, migration, database replication from site A to site B. Okay, and we support backup of clustered configuration, in place or out of place restores, and automatic discovery of new instances. So, for example, in an Oracle environment, your customer builds a new instance. So Commvault does continuous scanning for new instances, and they don't customers don't need to configure nga yun yung backup, no, or a customer will alert, no, yung ating Commvault will alert our administrator that there's a new instance running, and they can build new policies on for those new databases. Okay. We should leverage also on different hardware and application snapshots. Also for faster backup and recovery. Okay, so with these snapshots, we can make use of them to facilitate yung backup to disk, tape, or even cloud storage. We can do recovery from those snapshots and even mount those snapshots and clones for testing. Right? And we can make use of those snapshots also to perform yung backup replication or data replication from production papunta doon sa disaster recovery site. In terms of Office 365, we offer Office 365 protection. Also, different applications, we can back up them on-premise or even sa cloud storage. No? And everything is managed using the command center. So for Exchange, you can back up mailboxes and restore entire mailboxes or individual items. No? So that shows yung granularity. So we can back up and restore file versions and or entire folders from OneDrive backups. SharePoint, we protect and recover SharePoint sites, files, libraries, and other stuff in SharePoint. Also Teams, we can protect and recover Teams data such as yung mga shared files, group mailboxes, and the entire SharePoint team sites and all of the files and folders that are associated with SharePoint team site. So just to give you another short presentation or short demo of how we protect yung Office 365 or how easy it is to protect Office 365 with Commvault.
Microsoft Office 365 provides the tools you need to be more productive and efficient. However, did you know that keeping your Office 365 data safe and compliant is your responsibility? Commvault helps you maximize and protect your Microsoft Office 365 investment by providing a comprehensive platform that delivers the best in backup, recovery, archiving, search, and discovery. With Commvault, you get 360-degree coverage through a unified backup and recovery solution for Exchange Online, SharePoint Online, OneDrive for Business, Project Online, Teams, and any other data located on-premises or across multiple clouds. By storing backup copies of your assets outside of the Office 365 environment, it's quick and easy to recover data from deletion, corruption, or ransomware attacks. Recovery of mail data is simple and intuitive, whether it's a single item like a message, calendar entry, contact, or an entire mailbox, to a variety of recovery destinations. This is the same with SharePoint Online. Whether you're recovering an item or an entire site, we've got you covered. And your OneDrive for Business users will be pleased to know their data is safe and recoverable too. We're conscious of data growth and sprawl, which is why powerful archiving is natively built into the platform, ensuring you can capture and store all Office 365 data for compliance. With high-speed search and discovery across your Office 365 and other data repositories, Commvault significantly simplifies regulatory compliance. Oh, and don't worry if you haven't moved to Office 365 yet. Commvault helps to complete your migration of on-premises Exchange mailboxes and SharePoint sites faster and more efficiently by archiving redundant and outdated data before moving to Office 365. With unparalleled recoverability, compliance, and control, you can stop worrying about ransomware, accidental deletions, and even corruption. Using Commvault, you have true 360-degree coverage of your entire Office 365 environment. Thanks for watching.
Yun. So that said, no. So aside from Office 365, if your customers are not yet on Office 365, we do offer support also for endpoint protection, yung mga laptops and desktops natin, where they can do scheduled backups. They can restore data, no. So from one computer to another, especially if you have employees or they have employees that are leaving or that left, that gusto nating i-restore or makita, no, yung mga files nila. So they can restore yung mailbox also, and yung mga individual files from an old computer, no? So from an old employee's computer. We can also do support self-service recovery of files and folders, and remote wipe of a lost or a stolen laptop or desktop device. Okay, so ransomware. So to very hot topic ngayon, no? So almost all of the providers, I think, no. So I've discussed what ransomware is and what the risks of ransomware are. No, so Commvault, in this part, we have our built-in ransomware protection that does not need any additional licenses. No, so this is already built in with the backup and recovery solution. So what does our what are our tools? No, so to protect customers from ransomware. Number one, Jen, is secure user access. So we support, or we make use of the AAA authentication access or security framework, no? So for secure user access, and then we also do file anomaly monitoring, no? So for all of those files that are most prone to attack, no? So Commvault continuously monitors those files for anomalous or unfamiliar access or unfamiliar activity. No, we also support securing mount paths, and so when we say securing mount paths, basically we lock all of those mount paths. No, so from processes, any process outside of Commvault. No, so we support and recommend using offline storage, using tape or cloud. Our immutable architecture includes locking up of the backup, no, so from unauthorized changes. Again, any process, once a folder is protected or once a mount path is protected, Commvault automatically locks it, no? So from any process or any users that are external to Commvault. And we also have our built-in encryption that ensures data or backup data is encrypted either at rest or even during transit, no? So during replication. So another short demo of our ransomware protection capability.
Ransomware is a prominent and real threat to all types of organizations. It can bring your daily business operations to a halt, disrupt your business continuity, cause prolonged downtime, and cost you many thousands of dollars in potential revenue. Commvault minimizes the impact of a ransomware attack by providing real-time monitoring and alerts to enable you to start your recovery plan immediately, getting your business back up and running in no time. Commvault also provides ransomware protection, stopping the spread of ransomware to your storage devices and guaranteeing the integrity of your backed up data. Let us show you how easily we can protect you from this real-world threat. From our Commvault Command Center, we have a built-in report showing you the ransomware protection status of your media agents. Here we can see that ransomware monitoring is disabled, as well as 2 media agents that are left unprotected. Let's go ahead and enable ransomware monitoring and ransomware protection on these media agents. Now let's simulate a ransomware attack through a phishing email. Here, we can see a somewhat harmless email asking to download an executable file to join a Slack channel. Seems harmless, right? But once the file is opened, the ransomware attack has begun. Yep, it looks like this seemingly harmless executable file has encrypted all of your important files. But what about your data that was backed up with Commvault? Has ransomware spread and encrypted those files too? Not with Commvault's ransomware protection. Taking a look at your storage path, as you can see, all of your backed up data was unaffected by the ransomware attack. This is due to Commvault's ransomware protection feature, blocking any non-Commvault processes from writing to your storage. This means that you can now safely recover all of your files from ransomware-free backups. Because we have enabled file activity anomaly alerts, your backup team will instantly be notified of this ransomware attack, so your recovery plan can be started immediately. We also have the ability to integrate workflows within alerts. This allows scripts, APIs, and processes to be triggered interactively from the alert notification to perform custom actions. In this alert, we added the ability to disable the affected client machine's network connectivity to mitigate the spread of this ransomware attack. With a simple click, a workflow will be initiated, and the client's machine will be disconnected from the network. Commvault's real-time ransomware monitoring and storage device protection allow you to immediately mitigate the effect of ransomware attacks, so you can rapidly recover your most important files and keep your business running smoothly. Learn more at www.commvault.com/ransomware. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. So that is how a short view of our ransomware protection mechanism. No? Also, if you have customers who are MSPs, no, yung mga managed service providers, Commvault supports multi-tenancy, so which they can offer customers like if they want to offer backup as a service or even endpoint backup as a service. We support multi-tenant configuration, so data isolation between tenants. It's already built in. So this is not another additional license or additional capability that your customers have to pay for, but it's also built in within the Commvault environment already. So Hyperscale X is our scale-out data protection platform. So kung yung kanina, no, or the more traditional approach is that you have your management host, and then you have your data movers, and then you have your data storage on the back end, or yung data repository. Hyperscale X combines everything into one SKU, one appliance. So you have your management there. You have your data movers also built inside your Hyperscale. And then you have your back-end repository also. And maganda kasi kay Hyperscale X is that it's scale out. No? So when we say scale out, once you add nodes, no, it not only yung capacity yung nag-expand, but also yung performance. No? So it scales with the number of nodes. No? So both the capacity and the performance. It has native integration with public cloud platforms as with our traditional approach. Mas resilient siya in the sense that it does not deploy RAID, but rather it deploys yung anong tawag nun, yung I forgot. I forgot yung erasure coding, sorry. So since it's scale out software defined, it deploys erasure coding rather than RAID. Right? So mas resilient siya in the sense that it can survive the loss of one node, one entire node. So not only yung disk loss or loss of a drive. Okay. It also has built-in copy data management that customers can make use for DR testing and other purposes. So we can deliver Hyperscale X in 2 modes. So we can deliver it as a Commvault appliance, meaning a Commvault branded appliance, or if your customers are more comfortable working with your more traditional vendors or hardware vendors like HPE, Cisco, Dell EMC, or Supermicro. So we have reference architectures for, or validated reference architectures for Hyperscale X implementation. And this can scale anywhere from an entry point of 25 TB up to 5 petabytes. So customers just have to start with a 3-node configuration and then just simply add single nodes, no, as their needs expand. Okay. So DR we provide or we complement our backup and recovery solution with our disaster recovery solution. It's an easy to implement DR orchestration tool. No? So it provides automation for failover and failback. We can also provide cloud mobility in the sense that we support having our DR on the cloud. No? So hindi lang tayo limited sa on-premise or physical data centers, but we can also configure with DR, no? With our DR solution. We can configure the the cloud as our secondary site or our DR site, okay, and vice versa. Okay? It also has its own or included na yung ransomware protection and security, just like what we have in our traditional approach or backup and recovery, and also includes yung copy data management. So we can facilitate also in the DR workflow, no, yung snapshots and clones, which customers can make use to verify yung recoverability of their data. Okay, so it's 100% script-free. Depende dun sa applications, whether it be VMware or databases or Office 365, they can optimize the RPO, no? So based on the criticality of their applications. No? So there's minimal scripting, and it's script-free, so there's no minimal preparation is required. It shares a single administration console with backup and recovery, so no separate tools and no separate management console for DR also. We support the duplication and compression over the wire, so mas maliit, no, yung bandwidth consumption natin with the DR. So instead na i-rehydrate pa bago i-transmit, no, from on-premise papunta dun sa DR site, no, so everything is transferred, deduplicated, and compressed. So mas maliit yung bandwidth consumption natin with Commvault DR, and it also has its own built-in encryption already, so no additional tools or no additional appliance to perform the encryption. And with DR, customers can perform application migration, no? So from on-premise packets sa cloud. No? So this greatly reduces yung complexity and cost of migration. Okay? They can actually automate yung process by policy. No? That means reduced risk. And we support a lot of vendors. So not only yung mga traditional databases, but also, again, yung mga big data and yung mga different hypervisors and containers also. So like what we mentioned, copy data management, let's customers, no, verify the recoverability of their data. No? So basically, this is a data recovery check, no, that is provided with Commvault DR. Gonna skip the next demo because we're gonna run short of time. So I'm just gonna proceed with cloud. No, so we, like what I mentioned in my first slide, we have the native cloud integration, so no need for connectors, no, so to tier your data or protect your data from on-premise packets sa cloud. So we with this integration, we offer data protection, recovery, application migration, no? So from on-premise packets sa cloud, and e-discovery capabilities as well. No? Ano ba yung use cases natin when it comes to backing up to the cloud? So we can back up and archive to the cloud. No? We can protect data from the cloud, so baliktad naman. So yung, like for example, kung mga databases ni customer or yung mga VMs na are running on AWS or Azure, so we can have our on-premise as the target for those cloud-based applications. Okay. We can do virtual machine and application migrations to the cloud. And like what I said dun sa DR part natin, so we can have the cloud as our DR site. So we can do replication for on-premise data packets sa cloud. So these are the last of my slides. So why Commvault? Because Commvault offers a future-proof intelligent data protection platform. So kung makikita nyo, so meron tayong mga different applications or solutions that we've discussed. We have backup and recovery, disaster recovery, and hyperscaling. So these are not separate or isolated solutions. So these are all complementary solutions that work hand in hand, that can be managed all together from one command center, no? So to provide end-to-end data protection for your customers. Okay, so hindi na tayo hindi layered yung approach natin, no? So when it comes to protecting and ensuring yung data availability ni customers. Okay? We do offer flexible delivery models. We can do it on premise, we can have it managed by the partners, and we can offer it as a service. No? So either as a perpetual license or subscription-based licenses. So these are some of the data that we've gathered, no? So across all of our installations. So in terms of yung business value benefits ni Commvault, no? So reduced annual exposure to compliance failures, reduction in annual spend, reduction in data management time. Right? So basically what we're doing is to optimizing the internal processes at saka yung maximizing yung availability or data availability of the customer spread out across on-premise, cloud, or even a hybrid setup. Okay. That said, we have been recognized as a leader for 9 straight years ni Gartner. So if your customers are looking into this or consider this is a big consideration for your customers, we are a leader, no, in the Gartner Magic Quadrant for data center backup and recovery solutions as well. Okay. So next, so what are the actions that you need to take? So talk to your customers. No? So you can pull us in to talk to your customers, have a meeting with them, present them our single management platform or intelligent management platform for backup, disaster recovery, or other applications also like file storage optimization, analytics. No? So depende, no? So dun sa gustong pag-usapan ni customer. Spread awareness to your customers about ransomware threats, especially, no, and how Commvault can help them mitigate those risks. As partners, you should familiarize yourselves with the solutions and the features that can benefit your customers. Okay, and talk to your customers also about our flexible subscription options. Okay, so that's it for my presentation. So any questions?